WrestleMania season is upon us.
Come on.
And we're going to kick the road off in WWE with NXT Stand Deliver. This is going to be my first NXT show. It's not a takeover anymore, is it?
No, it's just normal. Kind of like whatever.
Just a normal.
Yeah.
It's a PLE?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of. It's a big event. It's Stand and Deliver for NXT. I am really looking forward to it because this whole WrestleMania season has me hooked. Completely hooked in. And I'm looking forward to watching NXT Stand and Deliver. We are going to do our predictions right now. He looks unsure, but we are doing them.
We are doing them.
So 7
Yes.
announced for NXT Stand and Deliver. So that is very different to a normal takeover.
Yeah, it was like 5 matches, isn't it?
Used to be just sort of 5 matches. So I guess the show is going to be maybe about 3 hours-ish? 3.5 hours?
Maybe.
Okay.
Because this is Saturday, right?
It's Saturday. So here in the UK, Stand and Deliver is going to be around 5 p.m, which is a nice time, really. So you'll have Stand and Deliver, and then, of course, I think around about midnight is when WrestleMania Night 1 will start, WrestleMania Saturday.
It's midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. They change it, like every year.
We'll find out. I mean, I'll be watching it regardless. But, yeah, this one, obviously, watching NXT sort of leading into this, I think I've slept on NXT a bit recently. Because there is a lot of really good stuff in here as well. And, of course, we are going to see the debut of Dragon Lee.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to that.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Well, let's go through. So we're going to use Wikipedia, our good old friend. So in no order, we don't know what the order of the matches are going to be. I mean, it's pretty safe to assume the NXT title match will be main event.
It could be.
So we'll do that one last. But let's kick things off with, this is going to be a big match. Johnny Gargano returns to NXT to take on Grayson Waller. And this is an unsanctioned match.
Yes.
So the build to this one seemed to be sort of teasing that maybe HBK was going to put the boots back on.
It'd been weird, but yeah.
Yeah, it would have been weird, but we're going to get this. I mean, we're talking about the heart and soul of NXT, so Johnny Gargano makes sense.
Yes.
Who have you got to win this one?
Gargano.
Yeah.
I think he needs it. Even though I think Grayson Waller will go up to the main roster after this.
Do you reckon?
I think this is his goodbye.
Okay, yeah, it could be.
The match does make sense because when Gargano left after War Games, 2 years ago now, he got beaten up by Grayson Waller.
Right, oh yeah, of course. So there is a bit of story there.
So this is why this match is happening.
Nice.
And yeah, the pop when Gargano was announced as the opponent was probably the biggest pop he's ever had in WWE.
Yeah, which is great because it's been a little like this on the main roster for Johnny, isn't it, so far? So I think this will be really good. Whether or not he's... I don't think he's returned to NXT, is he? I think he's just there for this match.
It's just for this match.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll go with you on that one.
Yeah.
So what we do need a little bit of we need to have differences of opinion because
I'm sure there will be.
You are currently winning. I think you're winning predictions at the moment by 2. And this is such a big weekend for wrestling with so many different matches that it could be really different by the end of it.
Or it could be the same.
It could be the same, yeah. I mean, what I'm hoping for is I'm going to whip that ass. Next up, let's go for... we spoke of Dragon Lee's debut, so we're going to go for the Fatal 5-Way match. It's for the NXT North American Championship, which is still... I really like the belt.
I do.
Old school feel to it, isn't it? I do like that one. But we'll have the reigning defending champion Wes Lee. He's taken on, of course, debuting Dragon Lee. JD McDonough, the former Lee.
Well, if it's Dragon Lee, Wes Lee, JD McDonough Lee, Ivan Dragunov Lee, and Axon Lee.
All right then.
Yeah.
JD McDonough, of course, former Finn Balor. That was the joke once upon a time, wasn't it? No, former Jordan Devlin. So I didn't see too much of the JD McDonough stuff, really. I mean, it's not really that far removed from the Jordan Devlin stuff, is it, really? Grand scheme. In terms of the in-ring...
In-ring, but the character's different because he likes pain.
Yeah.
And likes blood, even though they don't do blood in WWE.
No, but that's sometimes you just like what you can't have. This is going to be good. This will be a good match, I think. It's a fatal 5-way, so it's going to be one of those, like, I imagine there's going to be some big spots, and there's certainly going to be a lot of showcasing for Dragon Lee here.
I can see this being the opener.
Yeah, I imagine so. Either that or, obviously we'll come to it, but the ladder match, maybe. But
maybe.
Yeah. I think for this one, I'm going to go Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee in his debut, winning the title. Because it's not often you see somebody debut with buzz around them in a multi-person match. You know, it's usually one-on-one.
If I had my way, I'd rather have Wesley and Dragon Lee one-on-one, but if...
Maybe, though, we can get that down the road. I suppose if Dragon Lee does take the title, I think most people are going to want to see Wesley versus Dragon Lee one-on-one.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, if we had my way, we'd be WrestleMania 17, the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Did it over the nookie! Ow, my voice went down. Alright, so we're both going to say Dragon Lee?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Wesley retains, but Dragon Lee, on debut, probably should win.
Dragon Lee or Wesley, but we'll say Dragon Lee.
Yeah, because so JD and Dragunov have kind of had a rivalry leading up to why they're in this match.
Yeah.
Axiom is... Axiom's a wild card, but...
A wild card pick, but...
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Probably not. But I like Dragunov. To be honest, Dragunov's one of those, off topic slightly, but the sooner Dragunov maybe moves into... I'm not saying because I don't want him in NXT, but it's just that the sooner you can get him back with Gunther.
Oh yeah, I want to see that match every day of my life.
Just put it, every Raw, every SmackDown, wherever you can put it on, because we are owed number 3.
Yeah, they're 1-on-1. They're 1-1, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So
we're owed the rubber. Did it all for the rubber. All right, so we'll go. We spoke the ladder match. Let's go for the ladder match then.
Yeah. So it's Roxanne Perez who originally they vacated the title from her because she got her storyline, but now they're giving it back. She's defending the title against Zoe Starks, Gigi Dolan, Tiffany Stratton, Lana Valkyrie, and Ivy Noel. I wish it was Indy Hartwell. Good
assortment there, to be honest with you. First time I really saw Zoe Stark properly was at the Rumble, and yeah, I was really impressed. I really like Zoe Stark
because I think everyone's got like a different style, so it's going to be very different.
Yeah, and for a ladder match too, where you kind of, everyone's going to get some sort of spot at least, with the ladder and around the ladder and everything like that. But in terms of... So Roxanne is the champion going in.
Yes.
I think based on the story that they're trying to tell at the moment with her overcoming her anxiety, I think probably Roxanne's going to retain this, because it's the feel-good story is that, if you are feeling anxious, because it's weird, because it's not very often you've seen this happen.
No.
It's weird. It's kind of... It is almost like a homage to when HBK did the drop down in the ring and stuff, and they did the fake.
The concussion.
Yeah, that's it. Similar sort of thing, isn't it, really? But, I mean, we're leaning more into sort of the actual mental health side of things, and I don't think you necessarily always see that really stuff in that sort of stuff in wrestling. So it's interesting to see. I think, obviously, you've got to be really careful with it, but I think if it's done tastefully, that could be a really nice, feel-good story.
It could be.
For somebody to overcome, obviously that's not how proper anxiety works, of course. You can't just, if you do suffer anxiety, winning a ladder match isn't necessarily the medical way of getting over it. However, I do think the story that they would be telling here could be quite nice if it's handled well and tastefully. But Roxanne I think she's amazing. I loved her in Ring of Honor. 21 years old as well.
It takes the piss.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, but so talented. But this is the whole match is filled with talent.
Yeah.
Gigi, I don't think is going to be long for main roster either. And of course we've got the building. Well, we've got stuff going on between her still and. Actually, is that pretty much put to bed now? Obviously, the Toxic Attraction stuff.
Well, it was weird that they did that match on what was it called, Vengeance Day, about a month ago, the same day that Roxanne had this storyline injury. But they could do another match.
Potentially Costa. I don't know if they want to take that longer, but
maybe it does depend on what they got planned.
Yeah,
because I kind of wish they did Toxic Attraction on main roster more than they did.
Yeah, there's plenty of time though. Plenty of time for it. And again, we've said, but WrestleMania card is already so stacked that, again, it's like the Johnny Gargano Grayson Waller matches. at least he's going to get something over the weekend.
Because Gargano's going to be doing the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which I think is on SmackDown.
It is, but I think different things are going to happen with that, aren't they? That's probably going to be a way of catapulting.
Because Waller can cost him the match.
Could do. That'd be interesting. That'd be cool to see that.
But my pick for the ladder match is going to be Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, do explain.
They are high on her. Probably the same, not as much as Roxanne, but they are definitely high on Tiffany Stratton, and I think that she's got the character to do it.
Yeah. Tiffany's, from what I've seen of Tiffany, she is great.
She is, and she's like I said, she's got a personality, and she's like, I believe that WWE higher ups are high on her. So this could be like the push she gets to be the future of the women's division. I
think that's, yeah. If it wasn't, as I say, if it wasn't for this storyline sort of focusing around the anxiety side of things, I'd be more inclined to go maybe with one of the other women, but I think I'm going to stick with Roxanne. So there we go, we've disagreed on one.
Yeah.
Alright, what do you want to go for next? There's a lot of multi-person matches on Stand and Deliver.
Let's go for the Triple Threat Tag.
Triple Threat Tag Team match, okay. So, Triple Threat Tag Team match, we've got, so it's Gallus, isn't it? It's Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, who returned a few months ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A while back.
Yeah, they won the title off New Day.
Off the New Day, yeah. They'll be taking on the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius. They'll be with Ivy Nile, and the D'Angelo family, which is Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. Which, every time I hear Lorenzo, and I keep hearing... instead, what's his name? Lance from GTA.
Ooh.
Everyone's going to know what I'm talking about.
Laszlo,
that's the one. That's the ticket. Yeah, I keep thinking Laszlo.
Yeah, he's going to be in the next
Laszlo would be a
one.
great manager, wouldn't he?
He would, because he's... Yeah.
I'm predicting that Laszlo comes out. NXT.
Well, he's not going to be in the new game because he had a falling out with because he was in every game, weren't he?
He was, yeah.
But I think he had a falling out with Rockstar. So
Oh.
it could all change. But
well, you would fall out when it's been 100 years, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I think
there's a title change coming.
I think it's time for Creed Brothers to be promoted to the main roster because they are really good. But they've not had the title. I think they had the titles, but not for long. Gallus, I'm not sure. I think it's going to be the D'Angelo family, who really just turned face out of nowhere. I think that's going to be a new title. I think it's going to be them win the titles.
I'm going to agree. I'm saying the D'Angelo family too. The only reason I was originally leaning towards Creed Brothers, but I do think the same. But we don't know though how the dynamic's going to work now that because this is the first WrestleMania that's pretty much just under the Triple H regime of creative.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much in the way of NXT call-ups are potentially going to happen post WrestleMania, because it might not really be a thing. We're just assuming based on how it's worked previously.
There's usually one, maybe two. It could, but we got people coming back from injury who might appear at Mania, might appear like on Raw or SmackDown after. We'll see, but
we'll see. I'll agree with you. I'm going to say to the D'Angelo family.
And the thing
with Laszlo.
The thing that could help them is the fact that it's the what they call it, it's doing the hosting. Pretty Deadly. And they're feuding with Gallus.
So
that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe
costing them.
Yeah.
It comes as triple threat. No DQ.
No DQ. There's probably a lot of no DQs here, isn't there, for this?
Yeah, it is.
Should we go for the 8-person mixed tag team match next?
Yeah.
It's going to be Chase University, comprised of Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, and Thea Hall. They're going to be with Tyler Bate, who's obviously been sort of trying to get in amongst the ranks recently. They're taking on Schism, Joe Casey. I just like the name Schism. Joe Casey, Jagger Reed, Rip Fowler, and Ava.
The Rock's daughter in her first match.
But I don't think she's going to win it.
Well, the winner gets control of Chase University.
I think Chase University win it. I know that there's going to be more of a story for Schism doing it, and they probably are the better pick. I don't know. I suppose it depends on how Tyler Bate factors in. Tyler Bate could turn heel actually in this.
Well, the thing that's putting me on to Schism winning.
I think I'm going to agree. Actually, no. I'm going to scratch it. No. First time this has happened in predictions. I've changed my mind. Okay, because I just put it in my own head.
I wanted to say this is the second time, but I might be wrong.
Since we've been doing these consistently, we'll count these as the real ones. But yeah, no, I'm saying because I think Tyler Bate. As soon as I said Tyler Bate maybe turning heel, that's what's done it. So I think you can suck it, and I've just changed my mind. So I'm saying Schism.
Duke Hudson's the one that's been potentially turning against the Chase University and costing them. That's why I think Schism's going to win. Well, but I kind of want to be wrong.
What's going to be really sad now is if Chase University do win, and then do you think it'll be too late for me to take this video down, re-edit it, and just leave the bit in where I just said Chase University?
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. So next then, that leaves us with the women's tag team match for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. This one is going to be Fallon Henley and Kiana James. They're the reigning champions.
Yes.
Taking on Josh...
no, they're not.
They're with Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. They're taking on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Yes.
Do we see new tag team champions, or do we see retain? Because I don't know for this one. This honestly, this is really 50-50. Might just do 2 takes for this one.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to say retain.
Well, you had the.
There's a lot of prediction-wise. There's a lot that we think is going to change hands.
I don't know. I want to say a new champion again.
Ooh. I think I'm going to say a new champion again. No, I'll say retain. I stick with retain on that one. I think.
Bollocks to it, retain, because I just.
You can't do that.
I can do that.
You can't change your mind. You can't change your mind. You're saying retain now.
Yeah. I never said anything else.
You just said this.
I want to say a new champion again.
Look at that. That was extra editing. I didn't want to, but I've done it. All right then. So we're saying retain. We've not really disagreed on anything really here, have we?
We have.
Not really. 2 matches so far. And I've got a feeling we're going to agree on the main event. So the main event, of course, is for the NXT Championship. We're going to see defending champion Bron Breakker taking on Carmelo Hayes, potentially with Trick Williams. So Carmelo Hayes, I think it's his time as much as it's Bron Breakker's time, in the sense that if we are talking about potentially somebody's going to go to the main roster.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Bron Breakker's time, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, Bron Breakker's reign as champion's been good, but he's run out of opponents now.
Yeah,
Carmelo Hayes is so good.
Carmelo Hayes is fantastic, and I think he is going to be a tremendous champion. But I think it really does ultimately come down to that. Like Bron's incredible, really. Like he's 100%. He's a Steiner. You can tell.
Yes, but they keep pretending he's Scott Steiner's son. No.
That's probably a bit storyline down the road.
They do this a lot with people who relate it to wrestlers.
Maybe that's the storyline down the road.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, actually, it's like the Ray and Eddie thing. So I'm your Big Papa Pumper. Big Papa Hump. Scott Steiner. Anyway, yeah, I think Bron's taking it. No, I don't. I think Carmelo's...
No.
I think Carmelo's taking this one.
Carmelo.
Carmelo. I think it's really difficult to call what a match of the night would be, because you've got a ladder match on there, and you've got
a fatal five-way
with Dragon. Yeah, there's going to be so many awesome things happening, but I think in terms of potential show stealers, on paper, it's probably between like the ladder match, the fatal five-way, Waller and Gargano, and this main event.
Yeah,
which we assume is going to be main event with Bron Breakker and Carmelo Hayes, but
I can see Unsanctioned having the potential to be a main event, but I can see the title being the main event as well.
Yeah, I think it's got to be title, isn't it, really? It doesn't always have to be championship.
It doesn't have to, because remember, Gargano and Ciampa was main event when they had their Unsanctioned match.
Oh, good times. that is NXT Stand Deliver. Those are our predictions. Let us know if you're going to be watching the show. Again, if you're over here in the UK, it's going to be around about 5 p.m. Do Google it, because I might have got that wrong, so I don't want you missing it.
Yeah, come over.
Come over, yeah, if you want. And let us know in the comments down below what your predictions are. If you agree with either of us, we've mostly agreed on this one, but we'll see how that lines up in our WrestleMania predictions. So we're going to do predictions for WrestleMania Day 1 and Day 2, or WrestleMania Saturday and WrestleMania Sunday. And we're going to record those momentarily. So if you've enjoyed this video, do leave a like, subscribe, do all the other and you can catch our WrestleMania predictions right about... This only works, actually, if this is now the next video that plays, but we'll see what happens.
We've got 20 minutes of ads to go for first.
Oh, God, I know, yeah. Well, anyway, it's coming up. Cheers.